This is speech number 2, my response about gun control. The sale, purchase, and ownership of automatic and semi-automatic weapons is a constitutional right that cannot and should not be taken away from United States citizens. To counter your argument, if you try to take away the sale of guns, the only people that will have access to them are the ones that will be in control of our government, thus giving them more power than what they already have. This country is all about power to the people and preserving people's freedoms, not stripping them and taking them away. All Americans should have a right to own a firearm as long as they are qualified in order to protect themselves, hunt, or merely have a peace of mind. In the US today, there are over 1.65 million home invasions every year, which accounts for about 66% of burglaries around the world. I know if someone entered my home illegally, I would feel way more comfortable if I had a gun somewhere in order to protect myself and to protect my family. While I would love to believe in the good of people, sadly, there are people in this world that want to cause harm and pain to others, and I would do anything to protect myself and my family from those people. While I agree with you on the fact that this country does have a problem with gun violence, I believe that the problem does not lie with gun ownership, but with our system in which guns are distributed. Majority of the time, gun violence does not come from the person that has their name registered on that gun, but from somebody else that took it because it wasn't stored properly. Like you mentioned, school shootings are a big reason that people advocate for the elimination of guns, but this problem lies with the owners not storing their guns properly so that these students have access to their guns. It is crucial that guns are only distributed to those responsible enough to store them properly behind a safe and to be educated or well educated in gun safety. And most gun owners do understand this and the importance of this and advocate for these laws to be upheld. As a woman who is not as biologically strong as a man, having a gun could help save my life or me in a dangerous situation against another man or person stronger than me. Men commit 3 times more violent crimes than women, so being able to feel protected by ownership of a gun definitely levels the playing field. By making gun possession illegal, we would limit the right to choose. Right now, people can either choose if they want to own a gun or if they don't. But this freedom wouldn't be there if guns were made illegal. Our country thrives on its promises toward freedom, so this would be a huge setback for us if this law was changed. In a perfect world, no one would need to use a gun, but sadly, this is not the world that we live in. Shutting down firearm production would cause a huge economic loss for the field, but also create a lot of unemployment. Is it really worth it to incur those consequences, or wouldn't it be just a better solution to adjust the things that aren't working in our current situation? According to the NSSF, or National Firearm Industry Trade Association, companies in the United States that manufacture, distribute, and sell firearms, ammunition, and hunting equipment employ as many as 1,500 people in the country and generate an additional 220,000 jobs in supplier and ancillary industries. These jobs include supplying goods and services to manufacturers, distributors, and realtors, and those that depend on sales to workers in the firearm and ammunition industry. These are good paying jobs of an average of $67,000 in wages and benefits, and today every job is important. The United States currently has an unemployment rate of 3.14%. That means that 6,377,000 people are trying to find jobs in a nation and are collecting unemployment benefits. If we decide to follow your opinion about eliminating our Second Amendment right, then our economy will suffer tremendously. People don't own guns for self-defense, but also for hunting. The hunting and fishing industry is a strong one that would be hit very hard in the case of if gun possession laws were to be passed. Not only is hunting vital for the overpopulation of animals, but it is also a great way for people to fend for themselves and eat a more balanced and natural diet. Taking this opportunity away from these hunters would be devastating loss for their community. One ironic argument is that making guns illegal or simply more strict rules about gun possession wouldn't affect crime as much. Since criminals already disobey the law, people would find other ways to access firearms, and the crime would still be there. Now, though, those who could have had guns to defend themselves from these criminals are not going to have guns anymore because of the laws being passed. Just like how in Prohibition, the increase in alcohol consumption actually went up and caused many health issues due to the illegal manufacturing of undrinkable alcohol being served, or how if you try to take away legal abortion, people will still have them, just not safely. The same case would happen if we decide to eliminate guns, because people would still find a way to make and sell them without proper laws to follow, thus causing a huge problem with illegal, unsafe gun ownership. While I understand your argument about eliminating guns from civilians, in reality, this just isn't plausible. By allowing for safe gun ownership, we are allowing our economy to thrive, upholding our original Constitution, and for people to feel more protected. I would love to believe that the world doesn't need guns because there isn't any crime, but sadly this is not the case, and with our crime rate being so high, people should have a right to protect themselves and their families.